Guys, welcome back. Today what we're going to be exploring is a really gentle heart opening class. Now I know last week India taught the little more intermediate, even a little stronger heart opening. This one's going to be really gentle, really accessible for everyone. Just an opportunity to open up this front line that so often we neglect and we close off, which is totally natural. And we've spoken about this before. All of the reasons we close over: one, we're sitting at a desk, we're typing away, our shoulders start to round over, or our chest tightens up. We want to open that, we want to expand. It's also where all of our internal organs are, and it's totally natural for us to want to protect this area of our body. The only thing is, a lot of the time we don't need to. So it becomes a habit to close over, to round over, to protect all this instead of opening up, being expansive, and taking all of these things in. So we're going to be working towards today. So we're going to start off in our comfortable seat, eyes closed. Roll your shoulders down and back. We're already starting to open up through the chest. Breathing past the top of the torso down into the belly. Gently start to drop right ear to right shoulder. Just a few breaths. Back through center. Left ear to left shoulder. Again, back through center, start to look over the right shoulder, draw that left back in space. Through neutral, start to look over the left shoulder, right shoulder moves back. Keeping that length. Back through neutral. Drop the chin to the chest, but now imagine you're taking the base of your skull towards the ceiling. Then we're going to start to look up. I want you to lead with your chin, opening up through the throat. Alright, start to come back. Come to your hands and knees. Make sure your hips are directly over your knees. Then we're going to start to walk the hands out in front. Coming into Anahatasana, puppy pose, melting heart. Just allowing the underside of the shoulders, the thoracic spine to open up. We're only going to be here for a few breaths. So keep your hands really active. But allow your chest to melt towards the earth. This whole time, no matter where we are, we want this idea of opening through the front line. One more round. Start to lift back up. Come to your regular, all fours, that neutral shape, neutral tabletop. Move through a few cat-cows. So as you breathe in, start to drop the belly. Try and open up that front line as much as you can. Tuck the chin, tuck the hips, push the ground away as you breathe out. Head up, hips up, inhale. Round over as you breathe out. 2 more rounds like this. Maybe you start this movement from one end of the spine. And flow it with the slow inhale and exhale. On your next breath in, that neutral spine. Tuck the toes down, facing dog. As always, first one of the day, you're welcome to pedal it out. Now what I'm going to cue to in down facing dog today is staying really strong through the arms, but then still allowing the chest to move towards the toes, but keep your triceps turning back. That's going to stop you from just dumping into your shoulders. Staying really strong through the upper half, but also opening through the chest. Start to find some stillness through the legs. More breath out. And slowly begin to walk towards the top of the mat. Take as many steps as you need, but once you get there, land in that ragdoll forward fold. The head and shoulders to be heavy. Allow gravity to take over here. Just one more round of breath. Release down. Then super slowly start to rise up. When you get to the top, roll your shoulders back as you breathe out. And we're going to move toward Vinyasa. There is a slight back bend available if you'd like to take it. So on your next breath in, hands rise, little back bend, keep the core on. Vinyasa, breathe out. Halfway lift on the inhale. Plant the hands, step back, high plank. Not here for too long. As always, you can shift the weight forward, drop your knees if you need to, but keep the collarbones expanding. Keep the core on, keep the tailbone tucking no matter where you are. One more breath out. Start to shift weight forward, drop your knees if you haven't already. Keep the elbows hugging in, but lower all the way down. Just a gentle baby cobra on the breath in. Lifting head, chest and shoulders. Then lower down as you breathe out. And this one's going to be a little more active. So as you lift up, hands rise, squeeze shoulder blades, push your toes into the earth and release down and breathe out. We're going to move to upward facing dog. So everything the same, elbows hugging in, core on, push your toes into the ground so your thighs come off the earth, then downward facing dog. On the breath out, pen out your legs if you need to. Alright, so we're going to move through that in flow, so one breath and one movement. Take a breath out. Heels rise, knees bend. Step, jump or float to the top of the mat, halfway lift, breathe in. However you need to get there, then fold forward, breathe out. Vinyasa is next. Maybe you take a little back bend, breathe in. Lead with the chest towards the earth on the exhale. Halfway lift, length through the spine, collarbones are broad, plant the hands, step or jump back, high plank. Shift forward, breathe in. Drop the knees or keep them lifted lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra on the breath in. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. One more time, heels rise, knees bend. Step, jump, float, halfway lift, inhale. Release down, breathe out. Vinyasa, slowly rise, that little back bend is on off. Vinyasa, breathe out. Hands to shins, lengthen through the spine, then plant the hands, step back, high plank. Shift weight forward, drop knees or keep them lifted, but keep the elbows hugging in. Up dog or cobra on the breath in, downward facing, breathe out. Good. Start to lift the right heel straight away, three-legged dog. Take the knee to the nose, breathe out, sit between the hands, crescent lunge. Now here you can go back knee bent, or you can start to straighten through it. Either one, it's up to you. The straight leg is going to open up more of the top layer of hip flexors. A bent knee and the sacrum turning down is going to open the deeper ones. I'll leave it up to you. Whichever option you choose, think belly button towards spine. Hands can come up overhead. Take one more breath in. Cactus arms as you breathe out. Squeeze the shoulder blades, open up through the chest, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out, the front knee stays where it is. We're turning to the back outer edge of that left foot. Now here, find your depth. Wherever feels right for you, but that front knee is in line with the front toe. Take one more breath out here. Prana pull, lift up, start to pivot the right foot so the toes are facing forward. Forward fold, breathe out, keep the chest open. Now what I want you to do here, interlace your fingers behind your back. Try and keep your chest open. We don't want to round over through the shoulders. By keeping the chest open, we're keeping the spine straight. Take one more breath out. Slowly start to lift back up. Prana pull on the breath in. Skandasana over the left leg. Again, start a little higher, but keep the chest open. Right toes and knees are in line. This whole time, we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening this front line. One more breath out. Pivot on the toes, extended arrowhead. Again, opening through this front line, expanding through the fingertips. One more big breath in. Plant the hands. We're just going to step back. Chaturanga, breathe out. Up dog or cobra on the breath in. Downward facing on the exhale. Left heel rises. Bring the knee to your nose. Step between the hands. Crescent lunge. Again, totally up to you which variation you take. Just make sure it's the same on both sides. If you want straight leg, go straight leg. If you want bent knee, go bent knee, but belly button is towards your spine and you're trying to keep the spine as long and tall as you can. No matter where you are. Just two more breaths. Turn on that right glute a little more. One more breath in. Cactus arms, breathe out. Open up on the inhale, squeeze shoulder blades. Warrior two, keep the right toes and the right knee going in line. And find your depth. The deeper you go, as long as the knee's going forward, the more work through that front thigh. Take one more breath out. Prana pull, turn the left toes. We're going to interlace the fingers straight away as we fold forward. Again here, we're trying to keep the chest as open as we can. We don't want to round over through the spine. Think chest, that beautiful open broad collarbones towards the earth. One more exhale. Prana pull, lift back up. Skandasana over that right leg. Again, you don't have to come down very far, but just keep the chest open. We're in this high Skandasana. We're still getting work through this thigh. Yeah, we don't have to be all the way down just to get work. As long as there's a bend in that knee, we're getting work. Left toes and knee in line. Take one more breath out. Extended arrowhead over that left knee, expanding through the chest, reaching up and forward, breathing. Plant the hands, chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing or cobra, down dog. On the breath out, we're going to take that in float. 2 times either side, we're going to go straight through, right heel rises, slowly. Tiger curl, breathe out. Step between the hands. And Vinyasa, crescent lunge, breathe in the same variation you had before, cactus. Breathe out. Open up on the in. Keep the core on. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Prana pull, lift up. Interlace the fingers behind your back, open the chest, fold forward. Breathe out, keep that open chest as you rise back up in. Skandasana, a high Skandasana as you breathe out. Extended arrowhead, reaching up and forward. Extend the left leg. Chaturanga, breathe out. Upward dog or cobra, wherever you're at. Down dog. On the exhale, start to lift the left heel straight away. Take the knee towards your nose. Crescent. Rise slowly as you breathe in. Cactus arms. Exhale, then open through that chest, through the front line. Warrior 2. Land. Steady. Prana pull, lift. Interlace fingers, open chest. Fold forward. Lift back up. On the in, high Skandasana, then a little fancy footwork. Extended arrowhead, reaching up and forward. Plant the hands, flow. Down dog. Breathe out, right heel slowly. Knee to nose. Step through crescent rise. Slowly, just as you get to the edge of the breath, cactus arms. Squeeze shoulder blades, open in. Land in warrior 2. Pivot, prana pull, breathe in, reach up, interlace fingers, fold, forward. Rise back up in. Use the whole breath, high Skandasana. Extended arrow, there's that long line, heel through fingers, plant your hands, Chaturanga Dhanasana. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Straight away lift the left heel, then take your knee towards your nose. Step through, crescent rise. Cactus arms, then squeeze shoulder blades, open up as you breathe in. Warrior 2 on the exhale. Prana pull, lift up, breathe in. Interlace your fingers, fold forward. I just have a wall here, that's why I'm taking a circle. You move in a straight line, breathe in. Skandasana, just a high one. Extended arrow, inhale. Plant your hands, Chaturanga, flow through. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Land here. You're going to start to ripple forward into land in a high plank. As always, you can shift the weight forward and drop the knees. Or you can, actually let's everyone do that. We're not going to be here for too long. Just make sure we're not in a tabletop here. There's a long straight line, the core is on. Take one more breath in, then slowly start to lower down as you breathe out. Good. Straight away, we're going to start to bring the left elbow in line with the left shoulder. Same as that cactus arm shape, just on one side and around the left hand. Into a chest opening stretch, you start to roll to that left side. The right hand is used to push into the earth and open up the chest. Just a few more breaths here, expanding this front line. This pose is not only great for opening up the pec muscles, but also for the posture. One more breath. And start to take it to the other side. Right elbow is in line with the right shoulder. We're using the left hand to push up and over. shoulder blades moving down the back towards the hips. That's going to stop you from dumping into the front of your shoulder. We still want some activity here. Want some muscular engagement to protect those joints. Start to roll back through center. Start to push up to a hero's pose. Good. Sitting on the knees. Now, begin to extend that the right foot out in front. Shift your hips so you're just on the inside of that left heel. Going into a saddle pose, we're opening up through the front of the quads. Now, if this is a lot of sensation for your heels, which is the case for a lot of us, we don't do this very often, stay here. Yeah, you're still opening the front line of that lower leg. If you want to go further, start to bring your hands out behind you. All you're doing from there is walking them back until you find your depth. This may be it here. Maybe you come down to your elbows, maybe you lay it all the way down on the earth. Yeah? But me, I'm quite tight through my quads. So the most beneficial position is on my elbows, so that I'm not rounding through the lower back. We still want that long, straight spine, while we allow this opening to come through the quads. Now once you land here, allow this opening to happen. Yeah, you don't need to force it, but keep some engagement, that length through the spine. Stay for 3 more slow breaths. Every time you breathe in, feel that midsection expand, then feel yourself sink deeper into the posture on the breath out. And the same way you got in, using your hands, start to lift yourself back out. And we switch over sides, extend the left leg. The right heel comes in close. You can make any little adjustments you need. Again, if this is enough for the front of that right ankle, stay. Totally fine. Or maybe you start to bring the hands back, then the elbows, and you lower down. Again, find your depth and always keep in mind one side has every right to be totally different to the other. That is all part of it. That's just how our bodies work. That's the case for you. All there is this awareness, this gentle, loving, compassionate awareness of, okay, that's what it is. You can only start from where you are, you can only work with what you've got. So if your body's telling you, I'm a little tighter on this side, also listen to it. Just 2 more breaths. And then slowly start to lift back up. Extend that leg out long. We're going to come into Paschimottanasana to kind of counteract. So make sure sitting bones are going down and back, you're long through the spine. Lift up as you breathe in, and the first movement I want you to take is the chest towards the toes. If you can't touch them, that's fine, you don't need to be able to touch your toes. Bend your knees as much as you need, but no matter where you are, keep that length through the spine. Breathing into this posture. Slowly begin to lift up, roll down onto your back. Soles of your feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana. Let your knees fall out wide. Just Just allowing gravity to do the opening of the inner thighs. You can place your hands on your belly. Notice the differences in your body. Notice how you feel having opened this front line. How more receptive you are to sensation. You can stay here as long as you need, but when you're ready, Shavasana, our final resting pose is there. Hands down by your sides, and what I want you to do is tuck your shoulder blades underneath. That's going to allow you to have your palms facing the earth. We're in this position of surrender. This position to receive whatever we're meant to receive. Close down your eyes and let go. Let whatever needs to come. Stay here as long as you need. When you feel the time is right, when you feel ready, slowly start to roll through your favorite side and find yourself sitting in a comfortable seat. When you get there, bring your hands to your heart. In Anjali Mudra, take a gentle bow of your head. Take a moment to notice how your body feels, especially the space around your heart. As always, I leave you with what Maharaji left Ram Das. Love everybody. Tell the truth. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for sharing with us as always. Please give us any feedback, any comments. If you just want to chat, our inboxes are always open. We love hearing from you guys. We'll see you next time.